Sir, in the last video, we covered very clearly how you can create object, how you can define class, everything, sir. Now there is one very important question for the interview room. What are various differences between methods and the constructors? Do you know differences between method and the constructor? What differences are there? Just observe. I hope by this time you people, sir, have clear clarity. You should be in the position to answer these questions, sir. Just let me generalize and then I will show the conclusions, right? Sir, observe method and what is the second one? Constructor. Just observe a rough discussion. Constructor, like. So method and name, any name you can use, M1, M2, M3, or otherwise get info or talk like. So method and name, any name we can use, no problem at all. But what is constructor? Constructor name should be fixed, sir. It should be underscore init underscore. You should not use any other name. Constructor name is always fixed, sir. Okay, like. Second point, suppose I have a method is there, sir. Method is there. Now, how many times you can call this method? How many times you can call this method? We can call any number of times. So t.m1 like. So a method can be invoked any number of times per object. And the same object, you can call this method any number of times. But constructor will be executed per object only once whenever we are creating object. So whenever we are creating an object, then only constructor will be executed. That's why in general per object constructor will be executed how many times, right? Only once. Okay, remember. Next, do you know the method won't be executed automatically? We have to call method explicitly, then only it will be executed, right? So we should call explicitly. We should call explicitly, then only it will be executed, sir. If we are not going to call explicitly, then the method won't be executed. Remember that. But what about constructor? We are not required to call constructor. Whenever we are creating an object, automatically constructor will be executed. So constructor will be executed automatically, sir. Automatically, we are not required to call explicitly. Okay, remember, we are not required to call explicitly. Constructor will be executed automatically, like. Next, inside a method, what code we have to take? Within the method, which code we have to take, sir? Very simple, sir. Very simple. Do you know? So business logic we have to write. Business logic, whatever this what logic you want, based on your programming requirement, we have to write business logic inside a method. Remember business logic. But inside constructor, sir, which thing we have to take? Hey, the code is always fixed inside a constructor. Have you remembered in the student class? Okay, self dot name is equal to name, self dot roll number is equal to roll number, self dot marks is equal to marks, like we took, sir. Same way here. So inside constructor, okay, the code is always fixed, sir. Something like we have to take self dot name is equal to name is equal to name, self dot roll number is equal to roll number, like. So means that within the constructor we have to declare instance variables and we have to perform initialization. That is the job of the constructor. So usually inside a constructor we won't write any business logic. Okay, whatever instance variables are required for that object, we have to declare and we have to perform initialization. So to declare and initialize instance variables, we have to use constructor. Are you in the position to understand, right? These are some differences between, important differences between method and constructor. Here any name, but here name is always fixed. Next, any number of times you can call, but here we can call only once. Next, we should call explicitly, then only it will be executed. Here we are not required to call explicitly. Here it will be executed automatically whenever you are creating an object. Next, here inside a method we have to write business logic, but inside constructor we require to write the code to declare and initialize instance variables. Everyone in the position to understand? Let me summarize these references, right? Sir, just observe carefully. Observe carefully, right? Differences between method and constructor. Method name can be any name. Any name you can use. Constructor name should be underscore init underscore. Next, methods won't be executed automatically. We have to call explicitly, then only methods will be executed. If you call, then only method will execute. It won't execute automatically. Next, constructors will be executed automatically whenever we are creating an object, and we are not required to call explicitly. Remember. Next, per object we can call method any number of times. Per object constructor will be executed only once. Okay. Next, inside method we can write business logic based on our programming requirement. Next, inside constructor we have to declare and initialize instance variables. Clear, right? So if any person is asking what are various references between instant method and constructor, like happily you have to tell all these things, give left and right to that person. Clear, friends? Any doubt? Sir, in my online sessions, one student asked one tricky question. Of course, generally we won't think such type of thing. Just observe. What happens if we provide method and name same as class name? Array, my class name is a test. If I'm taking method and name also test, what will happen? Is it valid or invalid? If it is valid, how you can call that method? When it will be executed, like you may have the doubt. So first answer for this question, no problem, it is acceptable. Remember that we can use a method and name same as class name, but not recommended. Remember, but is it legal syntactically or not? Yes, legal, no problem at all. Now have a look once, sir. Here I'm taking class test. I'm taking class test like this. Next, def test I'm taking, def test of self, print method like this I'm taking, sir. Print method like I'm taking. That's all. This is the class test. Okay. Now it is I want to create an object and I want to call this method. So T is equal to test. T is equal to test. Perfectly it is valid, because the reason is here you are not calling test method. We are creating test class object. Yet this line, which thing will be executed, sir? Constructor will be executed. The name of the constructor is underscore init. Okay. Then immediately we ask, sir, it is not there. So within the class, constructor is optional. If you are not writing constructor, Python itself is going to provide default constructor. That's why default constructor will be executed in this line. It never going to call test method. Remember. Next, T on this object, I am calling test like this. T dot test. Now, so at this line, test method will be executed, right? Remember this one. Test method will be executed. So we are creating an object and T dot test, like what will happen, sir? Simple, this method is going to execute. So in Python, is it possible to have a method whose name is same as class name? But the answer, yes, perfectly, it is acceptable. Let me execute this code. You may get much clarity. Observe carefully, right? Here I'm taking, just observe this point, sir. Here I'm taking, so class test. Okay, I'm taking class test. I'm taking. Next, def here test of self I'm taking, therefore test of self. Sir, print, so it is a method, it is some special method. It is some special method like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, that's all. T is equal to tester. T is equal to tester. Do you know? Yet this line, constructor will be executed. Constructor will be executed. What is the name of that constructor? Underscore init. Okay, like this is the name of the constructor, right? So constructor won't do anything. We won't get any output, sir. Let me execute this code. Let me execute up to this. So we won't get anything, sir. Now what is the answer we are going to get? Nothing, sir. We are not going to get any output because we constructor won't do anything. Now t dot test I'm taking, sir. T dot tester. Do you know at this line test method will be executed. Test method will be executed. Now test method means it is the responsible to print it is some special method to the console. Now observe carefully, right? What the answer we are going to get, sir? It is some special method. It is some special method like this we are going to get. Are you in the position to understand, friends? So is it possible to have method name, sir, same as class name? Yes, no problem at all. It is legal. Any doubt? Clear, right? Hi friends, in the last videos we covered very clearly what is class, how you can create an object, how you can use a reference variable to access members of an object. Next, what is a self variable, what is about constructor concept. Do you know? We covered in detail. I hope everyone got basic idea, complete picture about these concepts up to this, right? So now the next thing I have to discuss, types of variables and the types of methods within the class. Okay, so I want to perform postmortem about these concepts, right? So if you want to perform postmortem, first compulsory you should have basic idea first. Once you have some basic idea, then detailed discussion we can, it is very helpful, sir. That's why first my intention, half an hour 45 minutes basic idea I have to provide about the types of variables and the types of methods which are allowed inside Python class. Are getting? Just observe this one, basic idea about the types of variables and methods. This is this idea I have to create just for a few minutes. So detailed discussion easily you can understand, right? Okay, now can you please tell within Python class how many types of variables are allowed? In the last videos I covered very clearly, sir. Yes, friends, can you please tell how many types of variables are allowed inside Python class? Do you know there are 3 types of variables are allowed? Sir, first one, instance variables. Observe very carefully, sir. The first category, instance variables. Second category, static variables, instance variables. Second one, static variables. Third ones are local variables. Observe a bit very carefully about this one. Instance variable, static variables, local variable. There are 3 types of variables are allowed inside Python class. Sir, what is instance variable? What is the static variable? What is the local variable? Let me create the basic idea first. Okay, now observe, I'm taking a class student class I'm taking, sir. A class student class I'm taking. Sir, observe very carefully about this one, class student. For every student, name is there, roll number is there. For every student, name and roll number is there. Sir, I want to create some 600 student objects. Assume that this is first student object, next second student object, next sir 600 student object. Sir, how many student objects are created, sir? First student object, second student object, and the 600 student object, right? Sir, now for the first student object, assume name and roll number is there. Okay, name Durga. Sir, first student name Durga, roll number 101. Assume Durga, roll number 101. Sir, second student name assume some Ravi, roll number okay 102. 102. Last student name, some Shiva, and roll number some 701. Okay, assume 701 like. Now observe, sir, the value of name and roll number are varied from object to object or not? Yes, within the class 600 students are there. Then how many names are there? 600 names are there. How many roll numbers are there? 600 roll numbers are there. So if the value of a variable varied from object to object, such type of variables are called instance variables. Remember this one, sir. So if the value of a variable varied from object to object, such type of variables are called instance variables. Is it clear for all of you, right? Now the second point, sir. Every object, so separate copy of instance variables will be created. Sir, here name and roll number Durga 101, complete different. Here Ravi 102, complete different. Shiva 701, complete different. The value of instance variables are varied from object to object. That's why for every object, separate copy of instance variables will be created. Remember this one, sir. 600 student objects are there, 600 names are there, 600 roll numbers are there, sir. Then where we have to declare, how to declare instance variables inside Python class? Observe very carefully, sir. Class student. Now I'm taking def underscore init underscore self. Can you please tell what is this person? Respond. Sir, this is called what? Constructor. We performed postmortem in the last videos, right? Okay, constructor. In that we have to declare self dot name. Observe very carefully, sir. Name and roll number must be required, right? That's why here I'm taking self comma name comma roll number, like I'm taking. Sir, next self dot name is equal to name, self dot roll number is equal to roll number, like this I took, sir. Okay, so class student, sir, this is the constructor. Within the constructor, by using self, we declare instance variables. Are you getting right? In general, where we have to declare instance variables, right? Inside a constructor, by using self variable, we have to declare instance variables, right? Self dot name is a name, self dot roll number is a provided roll number, right? Okay, that's all. So 3 points are very clear about instance variables, right? If the value of a variable varied from object to object, such type of variables are called instance variable. For every object, a separate copy of instance variables will be created. Okay, like next, in general, inside constructor, by using self, we have to declare instance variables. Any doubt about this one? Clear for all of you right up to this? Sir, I hope it's very clear about instance variables, right? Just let me summarize theoretical points to conclude, okay, to get some clarity. Observe carefully, right? If the value of a variable is varied from object to object, such type of variables are called instance variables or object level variables, because for every object a separate copy will be there. That's why instance variables also known as object level variables, right? For example, name and roll number of the student. Next, for every object a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Okay, like next, most of the times instance variables will be declared inside constructor by using self variable. Where we have to declare, sir? Within the constructor by using self most of the times. But anyway, there are other places also. That part we are going to take care. Don't worry, sir. Sir, up to this is the clear for all of you, right? So the first category of the variables are instance variables, right? Okay, now the second category. What is that second category, sir? Static variables, right? Okay, static variables also known as class level variables, right? Okay, well, sir, I have one small doubt. Here my doubt is, sir, class student, okay, so name and roll number varied from student to student. Sir, varied from object to object. That's why I declared these variables are instance variables, right? But suppose assume that within the same school, for all 600 students, school name is the same or not? Yes, because in the same school, for all students, school name is always the same. Sir, school name is not varied from object to object. Okay, so if the value of a variable not varied from object to object, never recommended to declare that variable as instance variable. Sir, by mistake, if I declare as instance variable, what will happen, sir? Sir, assume that, sir, college school name, okay, school name is assume Durga Soft. School name is the Durga Soft. Hurry, for all students, school name is the Durga Soft only. If it is the instance variable, for every student, compulsory separate copy must be required or not? Yes, here school name Durga Soft, here also Durga Soft, here also Durga Soft, like, array, how many times Durga Soft required? Sir, for every object separate copy is going to be created. Unnecessary memory waste, performance is going to be down. Are you in the position to understand, right? So if the value of a variable not varied from object to object, never recommended to declare that variable as instance variable, right? Okay, then how you can handle this requirement, right? So we should go for static variables, right? So where we have to declare, if it is a static variable, what is the behavior? Just observe that if the value of a variable not varied from object to object, never recommended to declare as instance variable. We have to declare those variables at the class level as static variables, right? Okay, well, how you have to declare? Where we have to declare, sir? Most of the times static variables we have to declare within the class directly. Here just I'm taking school name is equal to Durga Soft. School name is equal to Durga Soft, like I took, sir. Sir, now this variable is called, sir, class level. Within the class I declare directly. So not by using self. Remember this one. Here I declare these variables by using self. These are instance variables. These are instance variables, right? But this variable is a static variable. Static variable, right? Static variables should be declared within the class directly. Most of the times, this is the possible declaration, right? Of course, there are some other ways are there. Of course, in detail we will discuss later. Just basic idea you have to get, sir. So where we have to declare static variables within the class directly. Next up. So what is the main difference between instance variable and static variable? Very important, sir. Instance variable, for every object separate copy will be created. If it is the static variable, if it is the class level variable, only one copy will be created. So at the class level, okay, here school name is equal to Durga Soft. School name is equal to Durga Soft. Only one copy will be created and this copy will be shared to every object of the class. Remember this one, this copy will be shared to every object of this class. So what is the main difference between instance variable and static variable? In the case of instance variable, for every object a separate copy will be created. But in the case of static variable, okay, at the class level, only one copy will be created. That copy will be shared for every object of the class. Are you getting right? Sir, for total class, if you want only one copy, static variable. For every object, I want separate copy, then we have to go for instance variable. Instance variables we have to declare inside a constructor by using self, but static variable we have to declare within the class directly. Clear, right? Okay, so but there are some other conclusions are there. These are things a detailed discussion later we have to take, but here basic idea you people should require to get clear for all of, right? What is static variable? What is the main difference between static variable and the instance variable, right? So just have a look once, just to conclude these conclusions, right? Sir, observe very carefully the 3 points whatever I covered, just I listed, right? If the value of a variable is not varied from object to object, sir, it's not varied from object to object, fixed for all objects, then it is not recommended to declare those variables as instance variables. We have to declare at a class level as static variables. Okay, we should require to declare these variables at class level as static variables, right? Next, in the case of instance variable, for every object a separate copy will be created. But in the case of static variable, at a class level, only one copy will be created and shared by every object of that class. Are you getting? So the major difference between instance variable and static variable, some people may ask, array, instance variable, object related variable, static variable, class related variable. Instance variable, for every object a separate copy will be created. Static variable, for total class single copy will be created. Okay, well, next, most of the times static variable should be declared within the class directly. Most of the times means still some other ways are there, that part we are going to discuss. Are you getting clarity about static variables or not? Okay, well, now the next category, what are the next one, sir? Can you please spell out? Local variables. Okay, local variables also known as method level variables. So inside a method, just to meet the temporary requirements, sometimes I may require some variables I have to declare inside a method. Are you getting? Just to meet the temporary requirements of the programmer within the method, sometimes we can declare variable. Such a type of variables which are declared inside a method are called method level variables, which are also known as what? Local variables, temporary variables like this, right? Okay, sir, just observe, I have one method is there, sir, def, sir, info self, I have, sir, def info of self, some method is there, sir. Now x is equal to 10. I took x is equal to 10, sir. So where we declare this variable? Not within the directly, not inside a constructor by using self, no. So the variable which is declared directly inside a method to meet the temporary requirements, this variable is called local variable. Are you getting what is this variable, sir? Local variable. Okay. Now for I in range of x, for I in range of x, can you please print I value? Okay, range of 10 means so 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 9, it is going to print 0 to 9. Sir, observe, to hold so this every value, so I am using local variable, so this x is a local variable, this I is also local variable. So first time, what is the I value? 0. Next iteration, what is the I value? 1. Next iteration, what is the I value? 2. So means that to hold that temporary value, some variable must be required. This variable is called local variable. Everyone in the position to understand, right? So the variables which are declared inside a method to meet the temporary requirements of the programmer, these variables are called local variable. This is not object level variable, these are not class level variable, these are simply method level variables. Are you getting? So just have a look once, sir. Observe very carefully about this one. So to meet the temporary requirements of the programmer, sometimes we can declare variables inside a method. Such type of variables are called local variables or method level variables. Are you in the position to understand clearly, right? So inside Python class, how many types of variables are allowed? 3 types of variable. Instance variable, instance variable, what the next one? Static variable, what the next one? Local variable, right? Okay, 3 types of variables are allowed. Instance variables mean object level variable, for every object separate copy. Static variables means class level variables, for total class only one copy. Okay, like local variables means method level variables. Clear for all of right? Next, how many copies will be created? Now the terminology is clear. Just have a look once, example. So whatever I covered, sir. Okay, class student, school name, Durgasoft I am taking. School name Durgasoft. This Durgasoft is not varied from object to object, fixed. That's why I am taking at class level. This variable is called static variable. Next, def init self name roll number. Self dot name is equal to name instance variable. Self dot roll number is equal to roll number instance variable. This is name and the roll number. These two are instance variables, right? Next, def info of self x is equal to 10. So just I am taking x is equal to 10. X is a local variable, sir. For I in range of x, print I is a local variable, right? So the variables which are declared inside a method are local variable. The variables which are declared inside a constructor by using self are instance variable. The variables which are declared within the class directly, this is static variables, right? So I hope you are getting the basic idea about the types of variables. This minimum knowledge must be required so that detailed discussion will become very easy for you. Just this is the basic primary level discussion for you people, right? Any doubt? Clear? Hi friends, in the last video we covered very clearly about types of variables, right? Now I have to provide basic idea about the types of methods which are allowed inside Python class. Just observe very carefully, sir. Sir, can you please spell out which type of methods are allowed inside Python class? There are 3 types of methods are allowed. Sir, observe. What is the first one? Instance methods. Second category, class methods. Third ones are static methods. Sir, total how many types of methods are there? 3 types of methods are allowed. Sir, first, what is instance method? The name itself indicates, have you observed? Instance means object. Object related method is called instance method. What it means, sir? Sir, observe very carefully. Class student, school name Durgasoft. Can you please tell what is this variable? Yes, friend, the first school name Durgasoft. We covered already in the last example, same. Sir, this variable is what? Static variable. Are you getting? Sir, static variable, which is also known as class variable, right? Okay, well. Next, this is constructor. So, def underscore underscore init self name roll number. Self dot name, self dot roll number. These two are instance variables. Because for every object, a separate copy of name and roll number required. That's why these are instance variable. Next, so for all objects, sir, school name, only one school name is enough. That's why it is the class level, only one copy static variable, right? We discussed very well. Sir, now I will ask a student, Ray, student, can you please provide student information? I want, sir. Then immediately student is going to tell, my name is Durga, my roll number is 101, like he has to tell. So inside method implementation, if we are using any instance variable, sir, I am using some instance variable, that method always associated with a particular object because you are accessing object related instance variable. So that method we have to declare as instance method. Remember this one, sir. Sir, best example here, observe. I am taking one method, def get student info. Get student info like I am taking one method, sir. Now, sir, self I am taking, okay, like now print, okay, name, student name. I want to take name of the student, sir. Student name like this, right? Sir, student name, how I can get student name? Self dot name. So we are accessing instance variable, object related variable. To access object related variable, self must be required because already self argument is there here. Similarly, print student roll number. Like this I am taking, sir. So student roll number, okay, self dot roll number like this, right? Sir, take very special care. Inside this method, Am I accessing any instance variables or not? Yes, man. Name and roll number we are accessing. Inside this method, we are accessing name and roll number instance variables, right? Inside a method implementation, if we are trying to access at least one instance variable, yes boss, this method is always talks about a particular object only. Compulsory that method should be declared as instance method. Such type of method is called instance method, sir. So for instance method, the first argument is always self. Remember this one, sir. So blind rule. So for any method, if the first argument is the self, blindly it is the instance method. Are you in the position to understand, right? So can you please spell out which method it is? Sir, this method itself is nothing but what? Instance method. Remember this one, sir. Okay, well. Now, so just let me show up to this whatever I covered so that you may get much clarity, right? Have a look once. Sir, just observe a bit very carefully about this one, sir. So inside a method, if we are trying to access instance variables, yes, I'm accessing self.name, self.roll number like then that method always talks about a particular object and that method should be declared as instance method. Remember that, sir, that method we have to declare as instance method. Next, the first argument to the instance method is always a self, which is a reference variable to that current object. Okay, remember, so what is the instance method? Clear, right? So are you using any instance variable? Obviously that method is always instance method. Okay, well, now suppose I don't want student information, I want sir school information. I want school information, right? What I want to take, sir, def, okay, get school info, get school info like this I'm taking, sir. Just have a look once CLS. What it means I will explain. Don't worry, sir. CLS like so print okay, school name, print school name like this I'm taking. 1 minute, sir. There is something we require to add in the middle. That's why let me give some space. Here def get school info, get school info like this I'm taking CLS. Okay, print sir school name like this, right? School name CLS dot sir this is static variable CLS dot school name like this I took, sir. Okay, there are several new points are available here. CLS or something like what it means I will explain. Don't worry, sir. So inside this method, am I using any instance variable? How I respond? Am I using any instance variable? No. Instance variables are name and roll number. Self.name, self.roll number. Sorry, man, I'm not using anything. So which variable you are using? Yes, boss, I'm using, sir, static variable. Inside method, if you are using static variable, class variable, so that method always talks about class related method, nowhere related to particular object. Such type of method we have to declare with what we call class method. Okay, are you in the position to understand? Sir, very simple. Array, I have one method. Are you using instance variable or static variable? Boss, I'm using only static variable. Oh, your method nowhere related to particular object, man. Your method is class related method. That method we have to declare with the class method, right? How you can declare class method? We have to use at the rate class method decorator. Remember this one, sir. We require to use at the rate class method decorator. We have to use sir this class at the rate class method decorator. Okay, like next you may ask, so what is this argument, sir? CLS. What is this argument? Argument like very simple. Remember this one. What is the self? Self means current object, right? So what is this CLS, sir? CLS is the reference variable. Reference variable to which object? Very simple. So everything in Python is an object, even class also. Even class also is an object only. Remember, for every class, Python will create one special object, class level object. Remember this one, sir. For every class, one class level object will be created. This is not a normal object, right? Class level object to hold the class level information. Okay, like so for this student class, one class level object will be created. Student class level object. So which contain class level information. Okay, school name is equal to Durga Soft. School name is equal to Durga Soft. For this, sir, what is the reference variable? CLS is the reference variable. Remember this one. For every class, Python will create class level object to hold the class level information. So for this reference variable is CLS. So for the class method, CLS will be there to access class level information. Are you in the position to understand, right? So what is this CLS means? So CLS is the reference variable to class level object to access class level information. That's why the first argument to class level method is always CLS. Remember, so it's very simple, sir. If CLS is there, class level method. If it is the self is there, instance method. Remember, for the instance method, decorator is not there, but for the class method, compulsory we require to use what? At the rate class method decorator. Is it clear for all of you, right? So now observe one carefully, sir. I want to show what is the meaning of class level object. Practical proof I want to show, sir. Have a look once. Here, just I'm taking a simple example. Okay, here see this. I'm taking one simple example, sir. So class test I'm taking. 1 minute. Observe carefully. First let me explain on the board so that you will get much clarity. Here I'm taking class test. Okay, well. Now, so there is at the rate class method. At the rate class method def. So my method name m1 I'm taking. So if it is the class method, CLS is the reference variable, right? Now print id of CLS. Are you getting id of CLS? Sir, it is a class. For this class method is there. For this class method, CLS is the reference variable. This CLS is pointing to class object. So what is the address of that class object? You will get. Now here I am taking print sir, test. For this test, class object will be created, right? What is the class object of this test? ID of test I am taking. ID of test. Boss, test is an object. I know. What is the address of this test object? Test means class. What is the address of this class object? So this class object, this address of class object, both the things must be same. Remember this one. For every class, Python will create one class object to hold class level information. This is the practical proof. Let me execute this code. Have a look once, sir. I'm taking class test def m1 of CLS. Okay, now anyway it is the class method at the rate class method decorator. Now print id. Okay, id of CLS. Next I'm taking here. So very simple, sir. Very simple I'm trying to take. So here just my requirement is print of id of test. Now I have to call this m1. How you can call class method? By using class name you can call test.m1. Okay, well, observe carefully. So here I'm trying to print address of this class object id. Here I'm trying to print address of CLS. Sir, both are pointing to the same object, same address I have to get, sir. Observe very carefully about this one. Let me execute this code. What the answer by default you are going to get? Is it the same answer or not? Yes, itself is the same answer, sir. So clear indication that for every class, Python virtual machine will create one class object to hold class level data. So reference variable to that class object is the CLS, right? Now that CLS is the argument to class method. Are you in the position to understand, right? Now what is the CLS? CLS is the reference variable to current class object. By using CLS, happily you can access a class level data. So that's all. So when we should go for class method? Inside a method, if you are using only static variable, I am not using any instance variable, such type of method, sir, should be declared class method. So how you can declare? By using @class method decorator. What is the first argument, sir? CLS is the argument. By using CLS, we can access what? Class level data. Are you in the position to understand, right? Okay, let me show these points, small points, right? Observe very carefully about this one. Here I'm taking just have a look once, sir. Class methods. Inside method, if we are using only static variables, and if we are not using any instance variable, then that method is no way related to a particular object and it is class level method. Regarding that method is no way related to a particular object and it is the class level method. Such type of methods we have to declare as class methods. Okay, well, next we have to declare class method with class method decorator. So by using which decorator we have to declare, sir? Class method decorator we require to use. Clear, right? Next, observe carefully. The first argument to the class method is always CLS, which is the reference variable to class object. Next up, for every class, one special object will be created by Python virtual machine to maintain class level information, which is nothing but class level object. CLS is the reference variable pointing to that class level object. So is it clear for all of you, right, when we should go for class method? Okay, well, so up to this we covered two types of methods. What is the first one? Instance method. What is the second one? Class method, right? If you are using instance variable, instance method. If you are using only static variable, it is class method, right? Next, third category. Okay, I have one method is there, sir. I'm not using any instance variable. I'm not using any static variable. So inside method, I'm not using any instance variable, any static variable, just a general utility method. Array will provide some arguments, do some processing and return some value. Just a general utility method. Such a type of general utility methods are called static methods. Are you getting? So general utility method, such type of general utility method is called what? A static method. Sir, what it means? Observe carefully. Here I have df. Sir, I'm taking get sum, that's all. Sir, here a comma b I'm passing, sir. Get sum, df get sum a comma b. Return a plus b. Return a plus b. That's all. So am I using any instance variable? No. Name and roll number I'm not using. Am I using any static variable? No. Just a general utility method. It is nowhere related to class. It is nowhere related to object. Okay. Such type of general utility methods we have to declare as static method. Remember this one, sir. Such type of general utility methods we have to declare as static method. How you can declare, sir? We should use static method decorator. Regarding, we should declare static method decorator. Okay, this method is called static method. This method is called class method. So total, how many types of methods are there? Instance method, static method, and then class method, and then static method, right? So instance method, you are using instance variable. Class method, you are using static variable. Sir, next, static method, I am not using any instance variable, any static variable, general utility method. Such type of method is called what? Static method. Are you in the position to understand basic ideas, sir? Of course, we are going to perform postmortem in detail next level. Please take a bit special care about this. Okay, have a look once. What about the static method? Okay, sir, inside a method, if we are not using any instance variable or static variable. I'm not using instance variable, I'm not using any static variable. Such type of methods are general utility methods, and these methods we have to declare as static methods. Okay, well, sir, static methods should be declared by using what? At the rate static method decorator. Okay, this decorators concept we are going to discuss in detail next level, don't worry, sir. But up to that, aware at the rate static method is a decorator. At the rate symbol is there, it's always a decorator concept in Python. Okay, well, so now have a look once about this one. Best example to understand, right? Class student, school name, okay, Durga Soft. This is a constructor, right? Get a student info. So I am accessing static variable. Okay, sorry, I'm accessing instance variable, self.name, self.roll number. If you are accessing instance variable, that method is called instance method. First argument is always a self. For instance method, we are not required to use any decorator. Remember this one. Next, we are accessing class name. We are accessing static variable. If we are accessing only static variable without using instance variable, that method is the class method. So CLS is the variable, okay, which is pointing to current class level object. Okay, like next, static method get some a comma b, sum is equal to a plus b, return sum. So we are not using any instance variable, we are not using any static variable, just the local variables we are using. Such type of general utility methods are called, okay, static method. We should declare static method by using at the rate static method decorator. Now you people are in the position to identify, so how many types of methods are there? Are getting basic idea? Next, in the previous video we covered types of variables. I hope you got basic idea, right? So once you have this basic idea, then detailed discussion we have to perform, so that we will give left and right to the concept. Up to this, any doubt? Clear, right? Hi friends, in the last videos we covered the basic idea about types of variables and the types of methods. I hope everyone is very clearly basic ideas, sir. But now I want to perform post-mortem complete discussion about the variables and methods. Okay, anyway, if you are happy with the basic idea, if you are still interested to learn all these internal things, then you can refer, otherwise you can ignore, no problem at all. Sir, now observe the complete story of instance variables, right? Sir, can you please tell when we should go for instance variable? Yes, I'm not going to explain again because I covered already, right? If the value of a variable is varied from object to object, if the value of a variable is varied from object to object, then we have to go for instance variable. For every object, a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Okay, like next, where we have to declare instance variable, most of the times inside constructor by using self we can declare instance variables, right? So up to that we covered. So even I took an example, class student name and roll number, which are varied from student to student, like sir, now let me talk, let me review just for 1 minute what we covered in the last videos about instance variables, right? Observe the same slide. If the value of a variable is varied from object to object, such type of variables are called instance variables or object level variable. Name and roll number of the student. So for every student separate name is there, for every student separate roll number is there. Name and roll number are varied from student to student. These are instance variables, right? So for every object, a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Remember that. Next, most of the times instance variable will be declared inside constructor by using self. Most of the times, majority of the times. So means that still there are some places are there, other places are there to declare instance variables, right? Okay, well, this is the basic idea, right? Now, sir, my next question, next continuation point is, so in how many places, what are various places to declare instance variable inside Python class? Okay, remember that we can declare instance variables in 3 places. Remember this one, sir. In how many places? In 3 places. Okay. First one, inside constructor. Inside constructor by using self. Inside constructor by using self. This is the first way we can declare instance variables. Okay, where we can declare inside the constructor by using self variable we can declare. So now the second one, inside instance method. Inside instance method by using again self. So inside instance method by using self we can declare instance variables, right? So there is a third place is there. Okay, these are 2 things within the class. Within the Python class you can declare instance variable inside constructor or inside instance method by using self. Next, outside of the class also you can declare instance variables, right? Okay, so outside of the class by using object reference variable. Outside of the class by using object reference variable. That's all. These are 3 places to declare instance variables, right? So are you in the position to understand? Of course I will explain with an example, don't worry, sir. First get basic idea. Total, what are various possible places are there to declare instance variable? Inside constructor by using self, inside instance method by using self, outside of the class by using object reference variable. I will explain with an example. Just have a look once. The same thing only. Here see this, inside constructor by using self, inside instance method by using self, outside of the class by using object reference variable. Any doubt? Are you in the position to understand, sir? Okay, can you please explain with an example, then we can feel more comfortable, like you may ask. Observe carefully, sir. Here I am taking a class test. Okay, take very special care. Class test I am taking, sir. Class test. Now I'm just taking DEF. Okay, underscore init DEF underscore init. Okay, self I'm taking self. Here self dot A is equal to 10, self dot B is equal to 20. Self dot A is equal to 10, self dot B is equal to 20. Okay then. So can I use the word these 2 are instance variables or not? Yes, these 2 are instance variable because within the constructor we declared by using self. Okay, well, now T is equal to test. Just I created an object, sir. So if I create an object automatically constructor will execute. So whenever constructor got executed, so instance variables will be created at the part of this object. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20 by default will be there. So now this T object contain how many reference variables? Please confirm how many reference variables are there? So 2 reference variables are there, A and B. Okay, 2 instance variables are there, A and B. So how you can show practically? Boss, this object contain only 2 instance variables, right? There is a way is there. What is that way? Yes, you can ask T. Array T, can you please tell what instance variables are there with you? What the values? What is the names of those variables? Like you can ask. How you can get, sir? Very simple. Print of T dot object reference dot underscore dict underscore. So it is a dictionary, object dictionary. Object dictionary means name of the instance variable and the value of the instance variable. Key values, keys are name of the variables, values are values of the variables, right? So this is, now this T contain how many instance variable you can get clearly, right? Okay, just have a look once. Let me execute this code. Observe very carefully about this one, sir. So first level I'm trying to explain. Here see this one. Here Here just observe a bit very carefully about this one, sir. Class test def underscore init self dot a is equal to 10, self dot b is equal to 20. Now I'm creating t is equal to test. I created an object print t dot underscore dict underscore. It is the predefined variable, sir. T dot underscore dict underscore. Now can you please tell this t object contain how many instance variables are there? 2 instance variables are there. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Now let me execute. Have a look once, sir. Here let me execute this code. Now observe what is the answer we are getting. Yes, it is the dictionary. In the name of the first variable is a, 10 is the value. Name of the second variable is the b, 20 is the value we are going to get. So any explanation is required? So it's very clear. So where we declared instance variables in this example? Inside constructor. Clear, right? Hurry, respond friends. Is it clear, right? Okay, well. So what is the second place where we declare instance variables? Yes, the second place is inside the instance method. Correct, right? So first one inside constructor, inside instance method is the second. Now let me execute, let me do some modification for the same example, right? Here I am taking, yes, observe carefully, sir. Here I am taking one instance method m1 of self, because for instance method first argument is always self. Remember, I hope you know, for the constructor instance method first argument is always self. Okay, well, now self dot c is equal to 30. Self dot c is equal to 30. So do you know this variable is also instance variable only. Okay, inside instance method, if I declare any variable by using self, it is always an instance variable. Where is the proof? How you can conclude? Now observe, so class completed. I am creating an object t is equal to test. T is equal to test. Now print of t dot okay underscore dict underscore I am asking. Can you please tell how many instance variables are there for this t? Think a bit carefully and then tell the answer. How many instance variables are there for this t? Yes, friends. Okay. Obviously, sir, 3 variables are there. A, B, and now C is also there. That's why for this t object, 3 variables are there. Let me cross check. Let me execute this code. Have a look once, sir. Sir, now here I am taking same thing def. Sir, just m1 of self I am taking. M1 of self dot c is equal to 30 I am taking, sir. Okay, well. Sir, now t, the same example only. What is the answer we are going to get? Definitely 3 variables will come. A, B, C. Okay, like A value 10, B value 20, C value is the 30. Execute. Let me execute. Observe carefully, sir. Here, what is the answer we are going to get? Observe, sir. Again, I am getting same thing only. Don't feel, sir, you didn't save this code. Array, I saved already. Control, yes, I saved already. I execute. Now the same output only we are going to get. So, why it is not considered? Okay, remember the point. So, you created this instance variable inside m1. When this instance variable will be added to the object, if you call method. Array, you didn't call m1. Without calling m1, how this one is going to be executed? So not executed, that's why C is not there. But how the constructor executed? You are creating an object. Whenever you are creating an object, constructor will execute. The constructor will add A and B. But you didn't call m1. That's why. So this C is not added to the object. Remember this one, sir. So the instance variables which are declared inside a method will be added to the object. So if you call that method, if you are not calling that method, then automatically these instance variables won't be added. Is it clear, right? Now observe carefully. T dot m1. T dot m1. I'm calling t dot m1. If I call t dot m1, now this m1 is going to execute. Now for the object, 3 variables will be added, sir. So because of first line, t is equal to test, so constructor will execute. Constructor added these 2 variables, right? A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20 added. And then t dot m1, whenever you are calling m1, now so self dot c is equal to 30, means c is the 30. Now print so t dot underscore dict like this. Now how many variables by default will be there? Definitely 3 variables by default will be there, sir. Have a look once, observe carefully. Observe carefully, sir. Here t dot m1, I'm calling t dot m1 like this, right? So what is the output by default we are going to get? Observe. So now for a fact, c is equal to 30 also by default came. Are you in the position to understand clearly, right? So what is the second place to declare instance variable inside instance method? So clear with this example. Sir, what is the third place? Respond. What is the third place? Observe carefully, sir. Inside constructor by using self. Inside instance method by using self. Outside of the class by using object reference variable. Even you can add instance variables from outside of the class also. So in other languages like Java, such a type of facility is not there, sir. You should declare instance variable within the class only. Outside of the class, adding new instance variable, such a type of thing is not possible. But here perfectly it is possible. Now have a look once, sir. Here I am taking. So just observe carefully. Observe a bit very carefully about this one. Sir, I am taking t is equal to test. T is equal to test. Because of this line, A and B added to the object. Now t dot m1. Because of this one, okay, yeah, C will be added to the object. Okay, we covered already. Now t dot d is equal to 40. Oh, so by using object reference, I am adding a new instance variable d is equal to 40. Remember, so at this line, a comma b will be added to object. A comma b will be added to object. Next, because of t dot m1, c will be added to object. C will be added to object, sir. Next, so t dot d is equal to 40. Now a new instance variable d will be added to this object. Now observe carefully, sir. D will be added to the object. D will be added to the object, right? Now if I print dictionary of this t dot underscore dict underscore, can you please tell how many instance variables are there for this t? 4 instance variable. A, B, C, and then D also will be there. Okay, have a look once about this one, sir. Okay, very important point. Now observe. So t is equal to test. A comma B will be added to the object. Okay, next t dot m1, because of this, C will be added to the object. Okay, like next t dot d is equal to 40. T dot d is equal to 40. Now d will be added to the object. D will be added to the object. Okay, like dict. What is the answer we are going to get, sir? Here, do you know? So A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30, D is equal to 40. Like perfectly we are going to get. So how many instance variables are there, sir? 4 instance variables are there. Now this is the complete story where you can declare instance variables, right? Can you please tell how many instance variables, how many places are there to declare instance variable? 3 places. Inside constructor by using self, inside instance method by using self, outside of the class by using object reference. So these are 3 possible places to to declare instance variables. Any doubt? Clear, right? Sir, it's very clear where we can declare instance variable. Just a matter of half minute. Have a look once. Inside constructor by using self. So self dot a, self dot b, these are instance variables, right? T is equal to test. If you create an object, constructor will execute, a and b will be added to the object. If you print object dictionary, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. This is the first way, sir. Sir, what is the second possibility? Have a look once. Inside instance method by using self, we can declare instance variable. So we can also declare instance variables inside instance method by using self variable. So if we declare any instance variable inside instance method, that variable will be added to the object once we call that method. Very, very important point, sir. Once we call that method. If we are not calling that instance method, then those variables won't be added to the object. I showed already. I executed, right? Okay. So next, this is the option, right, for that. So inside M1 we can add self dot c is equal to 30. A new instance variable will be added to the object. So whenever you call, then only it will be added. If you are not calling, then it won't be added, sir. Remember, this is the second way. Next, third way, sir. Have a look once. Outside of the class by using object reference variable. Sir, have you observed? So t dot d is equal to 40. T dot d is equal to 40. This d will be added to the object outside of the class. Okay. So outside of the class by using object reference t dot d, like you can do that, sir. So these are three possible ways where we can declare instance variables. Is it clear for all of you, right? Next, one important point I want to highlight for you people, right? Take a bit very, very special care. Okay. So now here observe the same example I want to take, but with a small difference, right? And to conclude a bit very important conclusion, here say this. So inside constructor, how many instance variables I added? Self dot a, b, 2 instance variable. Inside M1, third instance variable also there. Now I'm taking T1 is equal to test. So I create a test object. Next, T1 dot M1, I call M1 also. Next, T1 dot D is equal to 40 I took. T1 dot D is equal to 40. Well, next, T2 is equal to test. Sir, one more test object I created, right? Okay, well. Now, print T1 dot underscore dict. T1 dot underscore dict. Print T2 dot underscore dict. Okay, like. Are you getting? T1 dot underscore dict, T2 dot underscore dict, like this, right? Can you please tell what is the answer we are going to get? Take very special care. What is the answer we are going to get? In the first case, what is the answer? Second case, what is the answer? So observe very, very carefully. From this, I want to conclude one important conclusion also. Now T1 is equal to test. So I'm creating test object. Constructor will execute. Because of this line, a test object got created. So A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20 added because of constructor. Now T1 dot M1, on this object I am calling M1. M1 will add one more instance variable. Okay, C is equal to 30. C is equal to 30 added. Next, T1 dot D is equal to 40. So for T1, you are adding one more new instance variable. D is equal to 40. Okay, well, sir, that's all. So how many instance variables are there for the T1? 4 instance variable. A10, B20, C30, D40. Sir, T2 is equal to test. T2 is equal to test. Do you know? Sir, I created T2. So just the constructor executed. So constructor executed means A and B added. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20 added. You are not calling M1, C won't be added. You are not adding D, that's why D is also not there. For T1, how many instance variables are there? 4 instance variable. But for T2, how many instance variables are there? Only 2 instance variables are there, sir. Please make sure, observe carefully. Here for T1, 4, but for T2, only 2 instance variables are there. The number of instance variable are varied from object to object. Don't feel all objects having same number of instance variable. So in Java, in other languages like Java, number of instance variables are always same, fixed, sir. You can't change the number of instance variable for object to object. But in this case, compulsory in Python, object to object, the number of instance variables also varied. Not only values, the number of instance variables also varied from object to object. Let me execute this code. Have a look once, sir. Here I'm taking just the same example. I hope it is there with me. Okay, let me execute this code, sir. Have you observed? Are you seeing right? Just have a look once. So this is T1 is equal to test. I'm taking T1 is equal to test. T1 dot M1 next T1 dot D is equal to 40. I'm taking next T2 is equal to test. T2 is equal to test. Like this I'm taking, sir. Print T1 dictionary. T1 dict I'm taking is T1 dot underscore dict underscore I'm taking. Similarly, T2 dictionary. So T2 dot dict like this, right? So because of this line, A and B will be added to T1. Because of this line, C will be added to T1. Next, because of this line, D will be added to T1. Sir, next, because of this line, do you know how many things A comma B will be added to T2? That's it. Okay. Now observe what is the output we are going to get, sir. So best example to understand this one. Observe. So T1 dict. T1 contain 4 instance variable, but T2 contain only 2 instance variables, right? That is the bigger difference between this. Okay. So the number of instance variable are varied from object to object. Practical proof. Is it clear for all of you, right? Just have a look once, sir. Here the same point here. Observe carefully. The number of instance variables will be varied from object to object in Python, but in Java the number of instance variables are always the same for every object. Observe, it is Python specific, but Java specific rule is like this, right? Next, do you know, here the same example, whatever I took for T1 4 variables are there, but for T2 only 2 variables are there. Is it clear for all of you, right? Any doubt up to this?